Hello crafters, this is Gareth from Elf Creations. Welcome to this month's Woodland Christmas card. As you know, every month I do a Christmas card using this stamp set. Unfortunately this stamp set is no longer available, so I cannot get any more stock. But please join along with any of your Christmas themed stamp sets and you create one card a month, and then by the time Christmas gets here you can have plenty for your stash. I'm also giving away a set of these cards, so be sure to comment on each of the uploads related to this card series. Today we're going to be using a few items from my store and from Meme store. We're going to be using the art glitter glue, we're going to be using the Nouveau Embossing powder, and this is the gold with glitter. We're going to be using the Embossing pens, and these are from Ranger. I got those from mememedit.com. We're going to be using the new stitch die circle die nesting die set. We're going to be using some music paper vellum sheets. It came with this one here, and then two of these, and these are the perfect size for what I need. So I'm just going to put this to one side. We're going to be doing some die cutting, we're going to be doing some embossing, and we're going to be doing some stamping, obviously. So let's do the stamping first. The only images that I'm going to be using from the stamp set this month is the stag and probably the Merry and Bright or the Merry Christmas, I'm not sure yet. So let's take him off, and because he's such a large stamp I use my Fiskars press, stamp press. Let's get hold of some scrap paper, and again I'm going, like I did on the previous card that I used this particular stamp on, I'm going to use my vintage photo as well as my walnut stain, just to give him that two-tone look, because obviously, you know, as we all know, stags aren't just one colour. And I'm going to stamp him on this piece of scrap paper. I do love this image. I really love this this stag, this deer, whatever you want to call him. I think he is absolutely gorgeous. Right, just quickly stamp off clean my stamp. Right, I'm just going to put my heat tool on him just to dry him up. Okay, now using my Embossing pen, my marker, I'm going to emboss his antlers. So I'm going to colour in, making sure that I've got all of his antlers. You have to be careful because obviously the distress ink isn't auto resistant, so you may get some bleeding, but once you emboss it, hopefully you won't see that. So just be, you know, be careful and don't overdo it. I'm also going to emboss the bottom half of his coat here, of his fur here, just to give him a bit of distinction. And I may even do the tips of his ears. Right, bring over a piece of scrap paper and my embossing powder, and this is, like I said, this is the Nouveau gold glitter, and I'm going to put the gold glitter over him. The lovely embossing powder. This is one of my favourites, I must admit. And we have that. It looks like Santa Claus. Right, just put him to one side and let's save all this powder. Right, let's set this embossing powder. Now I need to fussy cut him, but if you've got a Brother Scan and Cut or any of those other machines, you could, you know, put it in your machine and give it a beautiful, you know, really close cut. But I'm going to have to fussy cut him, and it's not going to be as neat as, you know, as if I was using one of those machines. But alas, it doesn't matter. Right, I've got this lovely paper pad which I've had for some years. It's Jingle All the Way, and it's a paper pad from first edition. and it's absolutely gorgeous paper. It's got some gold embossing on it and so forth, but there's a design in here. There's a design. I love this plaid. I really do love it. Gorgeous thick paper. It really is nice. Where is it? There was a particular design that I thought goes absolutely lovely, and I used it on my prototype. Now there's a few things I did on my prototype that I'm now changing and doing it the right way on camera, which is why I like to do a prototype, so then I can rectify any issues. Right, so this is the paper that I'm going to choose. Now it goes perfectly with the stamp set, sorry, because you've got this, then you've got the pine cone, so I think this goes lovely with this particular stamp set. So let's bring over the Cuttlebug. And we are going to die cut a circle onto the card. Now I'm going to put my paper and my card front together. Just move you over slightly. I'm going to put you in the Cuttlebug together, making sure that you are lined up. And now using the largest of the circles from the stitched edge circle nesting die set, which is that one, and the largest measures approximately just over 3.5 inches, and I'm going to place that on my card, and I'm just going to eyeball the center. You can measure it if you wish, but you know me, I tend to eyeball things. I'm going to put my C plate on, so it's the traditional A, B and C plate sandwich, A, B and C plate sandwich, and I'm going to put it through my Cuttlebug. Oh. Now I have caught the edge on mine, which I was trying not to do, but never mind. And keep these, because obviously now you have the stitched edge. I can't get the paper off. You have the stitched edge on both of them, so keep those. They'll be great for sentiments in future card projects. Let's get this out of the way. By the time I get the paper on that, you're not going to notice. Never fear, never stress. Right, I'm going to place this in between the two layers, so sandwich it basically between the two layers using the art glitter glue. I'm going to sandwich that in. And then making sure I've got my paper the right way round. Art glitter glue on the back. And what I love about this card, before I go any further, I just want to show you this. If you give this card away with one of those battery LED tea light holders or tea light candles, pop that behind. Let me just turn off the lights. Pop that behind the card. Actually, I'll just do this, and you'll be able to see it through the vellum. And I think that's such a lovely, an extra kind of gift. Crafters, I'm so sorry, my camera died, and as you know, it doesn't warn me, and I was keeping an eye on it and it died on me, and I'm so sorry. What I was talking to you about was I stuck on the stag, as you know, then I put some stickles around the inside of this window, and then I was telling you that on this card I done it all after it was all attached, and as you can see, it's warped the card. So do your embossing step by step. I also initially just used stickles on the antlers here, and that kind of ruined the embossing here. Then I embossed Merry and Bright at the bottom, which it doesn't really stand out. So what I decided to do differently on this one was cut out a smaller circle using the stitched nesting die set, and then I've embossed "Wishing you the best Christmas ever" on there, and that's what I did. But that was all done on camera, but unfortunately it didn't stick because my battery died, so I do apologise. But there's this month's Winter Wonderland Christmas card. I hope you like it. I love the way it turned out. I think it's a really nice card, and with the added you know, if you send a tea light and you put it inside here, they can have it shining through the vellum. But I really like the way it turned out. That's why I always do a trial card, because then I can rectify any areas which I think didn't work and do things differently. But I really like the way the actual card turns out. So this is the one that the winner will get. That one I'll just cut the back off and throw the front away and just use the back as an insert or something. But thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll see you again very soon with more Christmas craft. Take care now. Bye bye.